in some ways, I know they're still going to class, but we're on, basically a pro schedule right now, right? I mean, you're playing, you're prepping, you're playing. We'll prep tomorrow, we'll play, and then we'll get 2 days of prep and play again. And we're not necessarily used to that, but I do think our guys did a good job of it. Obviously, we were shorthanded tonight. I know, Paul, you and I talked yesterday, and you asked about the availability, and at that time I didn't know. Kind of heard some stuff this morning about Preston. I think it's the conference championship game. He's going, to be honest with you, but we decided to try to with this stretch to get him healthy, maybe a couple of extra days, and then Tom, again, with that back, it's a back, and it can be a little problematic and flare up at times. So hopefully we can get him back. It's again, I know it's frustrating for maybe some of our fans, but it's a day-to-day injury. That being said, I told the team in there, I believe it was a 16-0 run to start the half. Not often do you give up a 16-0 run, but then not often are you able to respond. And the thing that I'm proud of with this group is, and anyone who's followed us all year, this group would have gotten frustrated. They would have hung their head, and there would have been a lot of hero shots trying to get us back into it. But the conversation in timeouts was just, hey, we got to be better. We got to continue to execute. We got to guard, and we got to get back into the game that way. And I thought we did that. We started getting easy baskets, and then obviously we found our rhythm. Credit them with a great game plan. They really popped their five. He was missing a lot of those shots 2 days ago. Today, obviously, he wasn't, and I think that was a big part of their game plan in both games. And then, again, the challenge with this group has been, and especially the two young men sitting to my left and my right, has been to rebound. And Sheldon with this second double-double in a row, and then Kobe with the double-double today. So, again, we're going to continue. I think for us to be the best team we're going to be, we're going to have to continue to rebound. So I was proud of that effort, and we'll take it. Obviously, wins in this conference are really hard to come by. We're going to take it, and we're going to get better. And we got a great team coming in here pretty soon.
Kevion, Matt said this the other day too at Evansville. Like a month ago, maybe that game goes a little bit differently. What has happened in the last month to kind of persevere through some of these stretches of games?
Yeah, I think we learned to fight through adversity. We learned to play together in those moments and keep our head high. Coaches do a good job of keeping us composed and making sure we're still engaged in the game. So I just think we just learned from it from earlier games and just continue to do what we do.
A lot of experience together too, right? It's a team that hadn't, none of these guys played together last year, right? And now they are. So,
Kobe, when you get the challenge to go rebound more, and then you go do it, how good does that feel to be able to answer that call?
It feels good, and I think just coach challenged me to do it, and then having a guy like Sheldon to kind of push me. I was joking with him last game saying, "You're taking my rebounds," and then went out and we got our own tonight. So I think that's something we gotta continue to do moving forward.
And Sheldon, I was going to ask about that because you were ripping the ball away from your teammates the other day. When you get directed, like, go get the ball, just what's in your mind?
Just my coach, and I talked to some of my family members, they just challenged me to do a little more rebound, be more efficient, and I just try to do my best to do that.
What changes in the mindset then when you're asked to rebound more? What changes? How do you see the court differently?
Just go get it. The ball, sometimes it falls in your favor, sometimes it doesn't, but just try to go get it every time.
Specifically with these two guys, right, as athletic as they are, right, we do teach blocking out, right, and especially, with bigs, but when you do have some athletes like we have, go get it. Go get the ball at its peak. And, we can't run to the rim and do that, but if you stand in a spot as quick as these guys get off the ground, as strong as they are, you're going to get a lot of rebounds.
You went with Darius tonight, another different starting lineup in the conference play. What did you want to see from Darius putting him in that position where, maybe it could have been Aaron or something like that?
Yeah, as I looked at it, right, Darius he has one position, it's a point guard, and Aaron I knew could come in and give everyone here sitting with me a break, and he could give Darius a break. So I thought there was just a lot of value having that person, coming in off the bench. So he was absolutely fantastic tonight. We talked to him in there. He's plays 24 minutes, it's plus 17 in a 5-point game. It's unbelievable. 4 block shots, played great. He hit a huge 3, and so again, a senior having a senior moment. A multi-year senior having a senior moment. So it was awesome.
You gave Trey a little bit more run in the second half. You know, the scoring isn't there. We had a couple of big rebounds.
Yep.
Played some good defense. What did you see from him?
Well, I knew, I was looking at it, I thought Kobe looked, a little tired, and, he came to the bench, and I said, look, you've got to basically tell me when you're ready, because you're not going back out. And I knew Trey could come in there. Trey's a guy that I trust. He's a guy that can execute our plan offensively and defensively. I mean, it's kind of a running joke amongst our team, because Trey is a fantastic shooter. A reluctant one right now, but a fantastic one. And so Thomas Kithier created Trey, I want you to be an a-hole. He uses a different word, but he says, I want you to be an a-hole. Every time you catch it, I want you to shoot it. And so that's kind of been a running joke with Trey. But he came in there, obviously didn't hit one tonight, but fired him up, but gave guys great minutes, and that was a key part.
Kevion, you've been scoring a lot more, attacking and getting inside and playing around the rim. What's been different the last few games for you, and what's kind of the shift there?
Yeah, just kind of being aggressive. My teammates and coaches put me in the right positions and give me confidence to go be aggressive and score the ball. So just staying with it, showing the work that I put in and believing in it.
For the players, all three of you seem to be kind of like, if you get into a rhythm, things are going to go well. There wasn't a lot of rhythm, a lot of stops, a lot of ref monitor stuff, just a lot of like the longer timeouts. It felt like weird placed timeouts. Was it difficult to kind of get into the rhythm flow of this game at times tonight?
Not really, just kind of trying to stay locked in the game, regardless of the calls or what goes your way or what doesn't, but just trying to stay mentally locked in and get ready for the next play.
Matt, I know you had some experience this last year with a weird schedule of back-to-backs, but how unique is it to play a team and travel, play another team, knowing full well that you may play them in the most important game of the year in a week or so?
Well, whatever. It's not easy, I guess, but there's nothing we can do about it. We don't set the schedule, we don't control the weather, and we just play the games when we're supposed to play them.
How are you guys feeling right now? Like, what's the challenge of playing a game, having a day, travel, practice, playing another game? What is that like for you guys?
It's easy for me. I can just get up and go. I prefer back-to-backs or every 2 days kind of game schedule.
You weren't tired yesterday? Where you're supposed to be at nighttime? You weren't tired?
Oh yeah.
Kevin, you're a bit older, got to take care of the body maybe a little bit more than the younger guy. Just your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm kind of accustomed to playing a lot of minutes, really. So I mean, it's really no difference. But I mean, it's nice to have a couple days.
Well, D2 schedule, right? It's back to back
Right, it's
all
back
the
to
time.
back.
So
Play Friday, Saturday on D2. So just kind of staying the same thing.
you're not going to do much tomorrow. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.